Let's take it to the streets. Show you the land of the free like you never seen. Talking about undiscovered America. Undiscovered America. Undiscovered America. Oh! Undiscovered America.
Hey, welcome to a very special episode of Undiscovered America. So, do you remember those school days when memorizing state capitals was the ultimate test of geography? Well, today we are revisiting some of those capitals that might still give us a little bit of trouble, just like they did back in the day. From a charming small town in Vermont to a true Wild West frontier outpost in Nevada, we're embarking upon a nationwide journey to explore the capitals steeped in history, local culture, and natural beauty, not to mention more than a few unbelievable origin stories. And for a little bit of fun, as we travel, keep this trivia question in mind. How many states have the name of the state in the capital city? For example, if New York City were the capital of New York State, then that would be the answer. Of course, it's not, or is it? We'll answer that and many more questions on today's show. So whether these lesser-known cities were the bane of your geography quizzes, Pierre, South Dakota, anybody, or the highlight of your road trips, there's a story in each just waiting to be told. So get your red pen and prepare to totally geek out with us today on our episode of Undiscovered America. We'll start this special edition by exploring the capital of Delaware, which is, of course, I think I heard someone say it, Dover. This charming state capital was found in the early 18th century and named after the eponymous English port city. It's a place where history is alive in every corner and stunning examples of period architecture speak to the colonial days of American independence. Of particular significance is the Green, Dover's central square where pivotal events in Delaware's long history unfolded, and not all of them good. At the heart of Dover is the state capitol and legislative hall, a symbol of Delaware's pride. Within the walls of these elegant buildings, lawmakers have shaped the state's future for centuries. It's here that Delaware actually earned its nickname, the First State, since it was literally the first U.S. state to ratify the Constitution on December 7, 1787. For those fascinated by aviation, the Air Mobility Command Museum is a must-visit. It's packed with historic aircraft, each telling a story of bravery and innovation. It's a place where the past glides into the present, showcasing Delaware's contributions to air mobility. Dover's deep history and remarkable architecture is complemented by its natural attractions as well. The Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge is a sanctuary for migratory birds and a paradise for wildlife enthusiasts as well. Its tidal marshlands with their serene beauty offer a tranquil escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Dover's cultural scene is vibrant and diverse, and the city regularly comes alive with festivals celebrating everything from local heritage to international cultures. The historic streets overflow with music, art, and cuisine, creating a melting pot of experiences that embodies the spirit of this community and celebration. Dover might be comparatively small. It's only got about 40,000 residents, but it packs a big punch with its alluring blend of history, culture, and its natural beauty. From its historic riches to peaceful nature reserves, Dover invites visitors to discover the stories that have shaped not only that city, but the nation as a whole. And now, as we leave the historic charm of Dover, we're heading north to another enchanting capital. Up next, we'll discover the quaint beauty of Vermont's capital. Now, everyone say it with me, Montpelier, of course. With a population of roughly 8,000, Montpelier, Vermont is the smallest state capital in the United States. In fact, the entire state has only 650,000 residents and only one area code. Shout out to the 802. Montpelier is a city that really cherishes its past, and the Vermont Historical Society Museum offers a deep dive into the state's heritage, bringing to life the stories of Vermonters throughout the ages. For those who seek tranquility, Montpelier is a gateway to the state's renowned natural beauty. The surrounding Green Mountains beckon with their lush forests and rolling hills, while places like Hubbard Park and North Branch Nature Center offer peaceful retreats with trails winding through gorgeous and incredibly lush landscapes. Montpelier's art scene and culinary scenes are equally lush, with the city's many theaters and galleries showcasing the creativity of residents from across the Green Mountain state. And let's not forget the food. From farm-to-table eateries to cozy bakeries, Montpelier's culinary offerings reflect the richness of Vermont's agricultural heritage. But what truly sets Montpelier apart is the sense of community. Throughout the year, the city celebrates everything from local music and art to unique Vermont traditions. These gatherings invoke the independent community spirit and local pride Vermonters are famous for, putting on display everything that makes it a great getaway. So there you have it, our quick journey through Montpelier, Vermont, here on Undiscovered America, and it didn't even hurt one bit. So we now leave the low-key charm of Montpelier and we head to another underexplored capital replete with history and culture. Sure, many believe New York City is the capital of New York, but it's not. It's Albany, an appealing mix of historic charm and modern vibrancy. It's another city where history and culture and stunning architecture merge so beautifully. And though it is perpetually overshadowed by the Big Apple, its attention hog sibling, it's a place rich in stories that have shaped both the state and the nation. Founded in 1614, Albany is one of the oldest surviving European settlements from the original 13 colonies. The city's historical significance is evident in its stunning architecture, like at the Empire State Plaza and the majestic New York State Capitol, a marvel of 19th century design. It's a vibrant seat of government and a cultural hub too. The Albany Institute of History and Art, one of the oldest museums in the US, is a comprehensive collection showcasing local and regional history, art, and culture. Surrounding the city, the storied natural beauty of the Hudson River Valley can be found, offering breathtaking backdrop, while Washington Park, a local favorite, is a splendid example of 19th century landscape design. It's a serene escape from the hustle of daily city life. Sure, Manhattan has the glitz and glamour, but Albany is a place with an equally compelling story, and echoes of its own rich history blend seamlessly with the pulse of modern life. It showcases the Empire State's diverse heritage. It's a place where the past and the present coexist in perfect harmony.
Undiscovered America.
Welcome back to Undiscovered America as we geek out over studying America's state capitals. And even though some might consider this a form of capital punishment, we hope to change your mind as we delve into the stories and wonders that make these often overlooked cities much more than municipal also-rans. So in Undiscovered America, we are talking today about state capitals, and we're talking with somebody who knows more about state capitals and cities in general than anybody. Peter Kagayama, he's an author. He's written several books on cities, the most recent being For the Love of Cities Revisited, right, Peter?
Yes, sir.
Nice to revisit with you.
You too.
Tell me, state capitals in general, they're interesting. They're always seems to be like the unpopular younger brother. They're not Miami. It's Tallahassee. It's not Los Angeles, Sacramento. It's not. It seems that they exist in this very rarefied space.
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
Well, if you think about it, a lot of state capitals actually start out as a compromise. Two disputing cities saying, I don't want it to be over there, I don't want it to be over there.
Right.
So they compromise, they put it in a place that's
A perfect government answer.
Yes, a mutually
right.
inconvenient place, and Tallahassee is a great example of
Okay.
that. You think of Franklin in Kentucky, between Lexington and Louisville. It's about equidistant. It's a compromise. And you think anything that starts out as a compromise is going to be...
So the compromise is one. What are some other reasons?
Well, some of the other ones are remote. It's like we want to get the politicians as far out of town as possible. So let's put them all the way up in Albany, New York, so they can't mess around with.
That's usually not a bad idea, but okay.
Here, South Dakota.
Okay.
Carson City, Nevada. It's like these are not traveled cities.
So
you put them out there, forget about them.
Get them the hell away from everything.
Right.
Okay. So the third reason for a
Third reason might be the 800-pound gorilla, where you have a state capital that is also like the major city in a place. Atlanta, Georgia comes to mind. Right. Boston, Massachusetts.
The Swiss Army knife.
The Swiss Army knife. They're everything. And because they are everything, sometimes the feeling of being a state capital gets a little lost in all of that.
True.
So they don't take full advantage of that.
Okay.
Of that ability.
What's our last category of cities? Yeah.
The ones who get it just right.
Oh. Just
the ones
right.
that get it just right are, of course, there as a state capital, but if you also have a major university in place.
Higher education.
Higher education
right.
brings young people, brings a dynamism to a place that's always very interesting, and competition. Now, Atlanta actually satisfies those first two categories, but Atlanta is the 800-pound gorilla. Yep. But other cities...
It sucks everything into its atmosphere. Yeah.
Think about Austin, Texas. Austin has Dallas and Houston. San Antonio to compete with.
Right.
Columbus, Ohio.
So that competition makes them sharper, edgier,
keeps them honest.
Okay.
It keeps them in the game, keeps them striving for something to be better in all of that. That they're not just automatically going to be the default answer
Sure.
to what's going on in that particular state.
So is that an accident of happenstance, or is that intentionality? I mean,
I'd like to think that there is some intentionality to that. Of course, some of these state capitals were formed, hundreds of years ago.
Sure.
So they grow up around this idea, and I
Gotcha.
think it's maybe you could say it's good genes. Good genes that early planning says, okay, we're going to put the state capital here. There should be a really good school here as well.
Right.
And we want to spread the wealth out a little bit.
Let's
So
make
maybe
it
we're
work.
going to have some other cities, rise to the occasion.
okay, so tell us, again, I started by saying most of them are also Rands. They aren't the popular ones. They're the Albanese or the Tallahassees. Give me 3 or 4. Give me some really cool state capitals.
Well, I mentioned two. They always come to the top. Austin,
Right.
Texas, and Columbus,
Cool.
Ohio. Done great.
South by Southwest, got
South by
everything.
Southwest, yeah. The other ones that maybe are a little surprising would be Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Because Madison has Milwaukee to sort of compete against.
And the school.
And I think from a sort of middle states,
Yeah.
Lincoln, Nebraska does well. Omaha
Okay.
is the big city, but Lincoln has the university is the state capital and has a pretty dynamic sort of vibe to it.
So we have cool state capitals. We have lots of reasons for state capitals. We have the guy who knows more about cities or state capitals than anybody, Peter Kageyama, with us. Peter, thanks for enlightening us on Undiscovered America TV about state capitals.
My pleasure.
Next, we're heading to the heart of the Great Plains. Join us as we explore Bismarck, North Dakota, a city rich in pioneer history and natural beauty. You see, the capital of North Dakota has a truly interesting and uniquely American capitalist pedigree. Originally called Edwinton after Edwin Ferry Johnson, the chief engineer of the Northern Pacific Railway, the city changed its name to Bismarck in 1873 in honor of German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, the unifier of Germany. No, really, seriously, this happened. It was all a PR stunt, really, designed to encourage German capitalists to invest in U.S. railway bonds. But its bizarre history goes much further back in time than that, which you can learn at the North Dakota Heritage Center. Here, the past is brought to life with exhibits that traverse time, and I mean a huge stretch of time, from prehistoric dinosaurs, including a stunning life-size Tyrannosaurus Rex, to the inhabitants of the Mandan Nation around 1500s, to modern-day development. At Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park, visitors can explore the reconstructed military post where Lieutenant Colonel George Custer, yes, that one, once lived, as well as the Honest Slant Indian Village, offering a glimpse into indigenous life. The Dakota Zoo is a haven for wildlife lovers with over 600 animals, including grizzly bears and Bengal tigers. It provides an intimate experience with both native and exotic species, making it a perfect family-friendly destination. Downtown Bismarck is the heartbeat of local culture with art, live music, year-round festivals, and a surprisingly diverse food scene for a city of 75,000. Its culinary landscape offers everything from sophisticated farm-to-table dining experiences to charming local cafes serving up North Dakota's favorites, and a wide selection of local craft breweries as well. A riverboat cruise along the Missouri River is a relaxing getaway, as well as a nod to the historic Lewis and Clark expedition. It provides a serene way to experience the city from a different vantage point. The Art Deco chic state capitol, a symbol of North Dakota's heritage, stands majestically, offering insights into the state's political history and the future aspirations. For outdoor enthusiasts, Bismarck offers endless adventures too. Hiking trails weave through stunning landscape, and you can kayak down gentle currents of the Missouri River. There is an abundance of natural beauty to explore for everybody. Leaving behind the striking landscapes of Bismarck, North Dakota, our journey takes us south, just a little bit south, to Pierre, South Dakota. Here, amidst rolling prairies and the Missouri River's banks, lies a capital city rich in frontier history and Native American heritage. This tiny capital city, just 14,000 folks on the banks of the Missouri River, is a hidden gem with a wealth of history and natural beauty. Our journey begins at the heart of the Mount Rushmore State, the state capitol building in Pierre, where the hallways sport intricate designs and artworks tell tales of a state that is rich in heritage. Completed in 1910 for the then astronomical sum of $1 million, the structures adorned with terrazzo and marble interiors, rugged yet stylish details that echo South Dakota's enduring spirit. Just outside of Pierre, the legacy of the Lewis and Clark expedition comes alive. Here, you can trek the same trails that these iconic explorers once traversed, surrounded by the unspoiled beauty of the American West. The Missouri River is not only the heartbeat of Pierre, it's the lifeblood of the entire region. An important route for commerce and transportation for centuries, it's also a place where local anglers find an abundance of catches, including what many claim to be the best walleye in the state. Back in the city, downtown Pierre offers a unique blend of history and modern life, where historic buildings stand shoulder to shoulder with contemporary businesses, creating a harmonious blend of old with the new. And what's a visit to Pierre without experiencing its local culture? The city's markets provide one-stop shopping experience where you can sample the wide range of South Dakota's many flavors and chat up to local vendors who exude great pride in this heritage, and they're always eager to share it with the world. So yes, Pierre is tiny, but it's more than South Dakota's political heart. It's a place big on history and nature where every street, every trail speaks of the enduring spirit of the American West, a hidden chapter in the story of America just waiting to be read. So, how are you doing so far? See, this isn't anywhere near as torturous as you thought it would be, right? But don't go anywhere. Undiscovered America returns in just a moment with more hidden gems, fascinating history, and impressive tidbits about our beloved state capitals. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Undiscovered America's look at state capitals. So far we've uncovered little-known sites from Dover to Pierre, and there's still more to explore. But remember, this will all be on the test. No, not really. Next up, we're exploring Carson City, the capital of Nevada, and one of only 4 state capitals with the word city in them. Google it. Known for its rich history and stunning natural landscapes, Carson City is actually named after legendary frontiersman Kit Carson, whose exploits brought him fame in his lifetime and outlived him in dime store adventure novels. Founded in the mid-19th century, this city, just 30 miles south of the Reno-Tahoe area, originated as the capital of the Nevada Territory before Nevada was even a state. A stopover for masses of California-bound immigrants, Carson City was a first-hand witness to the ebbs and flows in the development and taming of the Wild West. The aptly named Kit Carson Trail, marked by a path of blue line and medallions, takes you through the city's historic district, revealing the tales of those pioneers and miners who settled the area and made it their new home. A must-visit is the Nevada State Museum. Housed in a former U.S. mint, it contains artifacts and exhibits detailing the history of the Silver State, from its geological wonders to the tales of the Comstock lode that put Nevada on the map. Carson City is surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty, much of which can be found just west in the Sierra Nevada mountains, a playground for outdoor enthusiasts. Whether it's hiking, biking, or just soaking in the views, the landscape around Carson City exemplifies Nevada's rugged beauty at every turn. Back in the heart of town, Carson City's arts and culture scene is thriving. From art galleries showcasing local talent to live performances in its historic theaters, Nevada's capital is a hub for creative expression. In a sense, Carson City is a study in opposites, a blend of the past with the present, nature and culture, adventure and relaxation. It's a place that invites visitors to relive history and maybe even take a page from its namesake's own adventure playbook. Whatever you do, you can't help but revel in its natural beauty and embrace Carson City's vibrant pioneer spirit. We're now leaving the stunning, rugged landscapes of the Wild West to explore the sultry climes of the Deep South. Yes, we are headed to the charming and genteel world of Kentucky's capital, you guessed it, Frankfort. The first English explorers began visiting what is now Frankfort in the early 1750s. And evidently, get this, the name Frankfort is a shortening of Frank's Ford, after Stephen Frank, a settler who was killed on the site in a skirmish with locals in 1780. Today, the city is dotted with historic sites and landmarks. Wandering its tranquil streets, you can feel the echoes of the past, from the grandeur of the old state capitol to the poignant history of the Kentucky Military History Museum. The Kentucky River runs through Frankfort, providing a picturesque backdrop with views of rolling hills and landscapes that define Kentucky's natural beauty. For the more adventurous, the river is a gateway to outdoor activities like kayaking and fishing. But a highlight of Frankfort is the state capitol building with its Beaux Arts architecture and stunning dome. Inside, the halls are filled with art and history, telling the story of Kentucky's political journey. And nearby, the elegant governor's mansion stands as a symbol of Kentucky's rich political heritage. Frankfurt is smack in the heart of bourbon country, and the city has a long-standing relationship with this iconic American spirit. Local distilleries offer a glimpse into the art of bourbon making with tours and tastings that invite you to savor the rich, complex flavors of Kentucky's most famous export. The arts and culture in Frankfurt is wonderfully vibrant as well, with galleries showcasing local art and theaters hosting live performances. The city is a hub for both artists and culture enthusiasts. The community comes alive with a variety of festivals and events, but the most notable draw, big names and big crowds, come for world-class performances of traditional bluegrass music, an art form synonymous with the state itself. A visit to Frankfurt is a visit to the heartland of America. Whether you're drawn by the allure of bourbon, the call of the river, the whispers of history, or the unmistakable twang of bluegrass music, Frankfort, Kentucky offers a journey unlike any other. From the heart of Kentucky, we now venture into one of only 4 state capitals to have 2 U's in their name. Okay, there's Columbus, Ohio, Honolulu, Hawaii, Augusta, Maine, and well, do you know what the last one is? I'll ask again. Do you know what the last, we are not above a bad joke here at Undiscovered America. Of course, we are talking about Juneau, Alaska. This isolated outpost, accessible only by sea or air, is a bit of a trek to get to, but once you're there, you'll find its breathtaking natural beauty, rich history, and pioneer spirit make it totally worth the trip. Alaska's capital is truly unlike any other city in the United States. Surrounded by rugged mountains and the waters of the Gastineau Channel, its stunning scenery captivates all who visit, many of whom arrive on the armada of cruise ships that ply the waters year-round. The city itself is a blend of modern life and untouched wilderness, with a heavy emphasis on Mother Nature's handiwork. Juneau's history is as varied and deep as its landscapes. From its origins in the Gold Rush era, the city has been a melting pot of cultures. The Alaska State Museum chronicles the area's many divergent cultures, showcasing both the indigenous Tlingit culture and the narratives of miners and pioneers. But it's the natural wonders around Juneau that truly astound, namely Mendenhall Glacier, a river of ice stretching some 13 miles. In nearby Auki Bay, visitors don't have to look far to see humpback whales or orcas gliding gracefully across the frigid waters. And in the surrounding Tongass National Forest, a temperate rainforest, you'll find trails that lead to breathtaking vistas and hidden waterfalls. For the adventurous at heart, Juneau is a playground. Kayaking, hiking, and fishing are just a few ways to immerse yourself in this wild landscape. And let's not forget the wildlife. From bald eagles soaring overhead to bears roaming in the distance, Juneau brings you face to face with the stunning variety of Alaska's majestic and truly wild original inhabitants. But back in the heart of Juneau, the city's culinary scene centers around a wide range of, you guessed it, seafood, freshly caught from the pristine local waters and simply prepared. The city's artistic life revolves around galleries, theaters, and music venues showcasing a variety of other pursuits. Our journey through Juneau has been a glimpse into a world where nature and culture intertwine in extraordinary ways. This city, with its stunning landscapes, history, and vibrant community, is more than Alaska's capital. It is a gateway to an unforgettable Alaskan adventure. So now, Juneau, we are not above a bad pun here on Undiscovered America. So join us now as we come back to the question of which 4 state capitals begin with the same letter as the state. Stay tuned for the answer right after the break. No Googling. And now the moment you've been waiting for. The 4 states where the capital starts with the same letter as the state are Dover, Delaware, Honolulu, Hawaii, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So trade your papers and mark up the tests. Listen, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time on Undiscovered America.